What's up, ladies and gents? It is E-Rock, coming to you again from Final Fantasy XIV, Gridania, playing with the character Seyaya, which is a female human that I made specifically for this Let's Play series. I'm going to try to run through all of 2.0 content for the Let's Play. And so far what's happened is we stopped the XIV from turning the guardian tree into a crystal, and then we also got to participate in the ceremony, which we passed out in the middle of. Got to see some backstory regarding Dalmid, which is the comet that was falling in. Well, not comet, it's a, well, really it's a moon. It was the second moon that was in the sky. It's falling down. Had Muhammad in it, and showed some of the destruction, and it was planned by the Ascians who want to bring back the one true God, they said, which we don't know who that is as of yet. And so the Seed Seers want to see us, since she didn't get to talk to us because we passed out. So we're about to go talk to the silent conjurer over here and see what it was she wanted to talk about. You are Seyaya, are you not? I bid you welcome, my lady. The Elder Seed Seer left word that you would be joining her at the Lotus Stand. May I show you in? Isn't that some serene music? This is a little serene place. There's a little pond, little tree stubs to walk on. Actually, some seats. There's 3 seats. Little flowing water. Very nice. What's up? I've looked forward to your coming, Seyaya. But tell me, are you recovered? I'm most glad of that. Now I hope that you will no doubt I hope you will not doubt the earnestness of my concern. But I would ask a favor of you. Nor can I deny that I summoned you here in part with this in mind. Know, however, that I proceed only upon the understanding that you are rested and well. Yeah, I'm good. There we go. Yeah. Okay, now we're good. Thank you for hearing me out. I've written a letter to my counterparts in the Eorzan Alliance, and the other Alliance members are the Limsa Lamensa and the Ulda, which are those other 2 people we saw earlier in that vision, Reborn and the Admiral. The battle of Cartanu and the calamity that followed claimed countless souls, and left countless more bereft and alone. In the dark days that followed, many were the survivors who thought themselves less fortunate than the dead. 5 years have come and gone, but the land and the people still bear the wounds of the devastation. Nor are we entered closer to learning the fate of the warriors of light. I'm standing right here in front of you. Yet so long as we live, never must we give up hope. We owe this to those who laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. In remembrance of them, a memorial service will soon be held upon the anniversary of the Battle of Cartanu. This missive bears the details of that service. We graciously accepted the part of emissary in the recent ceremony. Should you be willing, I would now make you my envoy, and have you bear my message to our allies. Your dedication to the people of Gridania arouses fond memories in me, and I would choose no other for the role. Will you do me this favor? I shall will. Humbly, I thank you. As you are no doubt aware, our partners in the Eorzan Alliance lie some considerable distance away, nor are Ulda and Limsa close to one another. Yet fear not, for I have no intention of subjecting you, my own newly anointed envoy, to a journey which would take weeks by land. No, I mean for you to travel by air. Receive of me this airship pass. With it, you may make use of the skyways that connect the 3 city-states of the Alliance. The airship landing is suited upon, situated upon the lower floor of the Caroline canopy. Simply show your pass and you will be admitted to the departure area. Before you embark upon your journey, however, you would do well to seek the worldly wisdom of Mayon. Few forest-born Gridanians know more of the lands beyond the 12 woods than she. In better times, airships were available for the convenience of one and all. Alas, that risk, the risk that our crafts may fall to imperial attack has forced a reduction in the number of flights. Consequently, it has become necessary to restrict air travel only to those whose need is great. Such individuals may petition the relevant parties to be issued an airship pass. As you may have deduced, I myself am one such party. Yet I was not alone in desiring that you be granted the privilege of air travel. Such is the potential you show. We have no doubt but that you that you will reward our faith. You will reward our faith in you, Seyaya. By the power vested in me, I bid you journey forth as my envoy into the great realm of Eorzea. Walk her fields, brave her seas, and strive to know her better. And wheresoever you go, go without fear, for the path shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. Guided by the crystal's light, set forth and discover your destiny. Alright, well, let's be about it. Before we journey across Eorzea, let's go ahead and see if our guildmaster has anything he would like for us to do before we leave. Trial by water. It is good to see you again, Seyaya. But the aura you exude, it is plain to you. It is plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time has come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take the flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near the hawthorn hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Jockin at the hawthorn hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of the brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you will learn to master the element of fire. Will do, bro. Corrupted water. Oops. Greetings, Seyaya. Brother Sumi informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree. Yup. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that with which Brother Sumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. This precious liquid is the lifeblood of the Twillswood. Without it, naught would grow, but should it rise in too great a volume and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As conjury derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt the state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in creation, this fruitful statement of the elements. Brother Jockin, are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? I heard a young antelope stag has gone berserk. I don't know what's gotten him so panicked, but there is no calming him now. The mad beast gored the soldiers sent to shepherd them away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over the Jocelyn spire, and not enough hands to staunch the bleeding. We need a healer and fast. Curious. I sense nothing amiss in the whisperings of the elementals. What could have frightened these antelopes so? Ah! Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let's make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt we too will suffice. We must divide our forces. Seyaya, travel straight away to Jocelyn Spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers, and follow after your bearing what restorative unguents I can. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fane and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. Will do! Sir, yes, sir! Sir. Ah! Conjure! Let's get it done. One and done. Coming. Oh, we got one. We got two of them. Great. Putting in that work. Yes? I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we're not too late. Sylphie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. Oh, you just talk about my mama. My mother died protecting people. I think that's what she said. I pushed it too fast. Seyaya, may I ask that you follow her, please? I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. Yeah, shove her off onto me, why don't you? What's wrong, girl? I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her, losing her magic. And then am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think. Please, I need to be alone. Oh! Seyaya, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite. And now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylphie's aptitude for the arts, if anything, even greater. Thus it is not unexpected that she should... something. If we do not intervene, the terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer for the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Seyaya. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life. But you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. In recognition of this feat, the spell Fluidor is now yours to command. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and to nature. Fluid. Alright, well. Now it's time to fulfill the Seed Seer's request. Alright, time to see Mother Mayonnaise. Just good to see you up and about again, Seyaya. Tell me, did you pay the Elder Seed Seer a visit as I bade? Yes, yes, Mother. Appointed personal envoy. And now you are to bear the and now you are to bear the Elder Seed Seer's missive to our allies. Well, it seems you have made an impression on the great woman. I can't argue with her judgment, though. You've earned this honor with tireless hard work, and anyone who says you don't deserve it had better not do so in my hearing. I find myself praising you often of late, but Mother is truly proud of you. Short of a warrior of light, I can imagine no better adventurer to represent us, and that, my girl, is some compliment. I am the warrior of light. But I flattered you enough for one day. and I don't want your head to get too big, or you'll struggle to lug it around the realm. Speaking of which, Eorzea is a big old place. Now that you have airship pass, you can really start to broaden your horizons. The sky is quite literally the limit. Even if your errand didn't call for it, I would strongly suggest visiting the 2 other city-states of the Alliances before you go anywhere else. They are, of course, Limsa Lamensa, City of Pirates, and Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert. Once you've acquainted yourself with them, you can turn your sights on whichever lesser trodden region takes your fancy. The calamity changed the face of Eorzea, and much of her now lies in shadow, beyond man's ken. It's a veritable playground for a wide-eyed adventurer like your good self. Mind you, it won't all be fun and games. Each nation faces its fair share of problems, from internal strife and conflict to conflict with the beast tribes and their primals. So don't be too surprised if you find yourself embroiled in the odd, unsavory situation on your travels. But no matter what difficulties you encounter, I am confident that you will pull through and emerge the stronger for the experience. These are interesting times for Eorzea, Seyaya. It's been 5 years now since the calamity, but folk are finally beginning to look to the future. A period of great change is upon us, and you have a part to play in it. And if that prospect doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Alright, let's be about it. Greetings, good madam. This is the reservation counter for Limsa Lamensa bound flight. Oh, are you not Seyaya? Elder Seedseer's personal envoy? We at Highwind Skyways are honored to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? Make a name for ourselves. Attention all passengers. The airship bound for Limsa Lamensa is about to depart. Please make your way to the boarding gate. Alright. Take me out of here, Captain. Yes, ma'am. Farewell, Seyaya. One day, minstrels will sing of your deeds. May you ever walk on the light of the crystal. Looks like we're headed for Limsa. Castro University.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still. 15 years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till Lake lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest. Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balzar.
Oh my. Oh my. Looks like we have quite the adversary.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in? We're in the midst of preparing for a new campaign, and a huge one at that.
But I thought the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost after Cartano. What could the Legatus possibly hope to gain by acting alone?
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othar, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume?
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarium sees all. Clean up this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.